They build up their walls so high and so strong, but the truth's gonna break through before too long. Every single day, the same damn old game, pointing all the fingers, nobody takes the blame. This pressure's building, it's starting to crack. Ain't no turning back now, ain't no holding back. I'm about to say it, yeah, I'm about to scream. Tired of the fake smiles, living in a dream. The real life's bleeding out in the cold. Gotta break the mold, gotta let it unfold. I'm about to say it, every single word. The uncomfortable truth finally gonna be heard. I'm gonna say it.
Good morning. Hey sis, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the heart me. Someone sent me a heart me and I missed it. I want to thank Rochelle. Thank you, bestie. Thank you so much for sending the heart me. How you doing? Let me make sure I get this up out of here. Y'all pardon me. Feeling under the weather here. So I may be sniffling and stuff like that. I apologize in advance. But we're going to try to get this in without any hindrance. And I mean from my end, that is. I mean, I know we're gonna have some from people who don't like what we're gonna say. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Give me a minute. I meant to have this pulled up and I didn't, just in case. Hold on. Okay. All right. So I got what I needed here. And how's everybody doing today? Hopefully all is well. Please, first of all, welcome. Please share out the live. Please tap when you come in. Please hit the like button if possible. You know, just share it out. Let's get it out. Welcome to hashtag. I don't want to say it, but let's get it out. Listen, people, we got to talk something serious, man, because we're in some we're in some crazy times right now, and we are heading for a lot more trouble if things don't get um, worked out or fixed, or if a lot of wrongs don't get right. We're gonna be in trouble, people. How many of you all in here are sports fans? If you're a sports fan, or even if you're familiar with the operations of sports of a sports team, as far as like the owner, the coaches, the players, stuff like that. Doctor 211 man, and they wouldn't care, and that's the scary part about it. But yes, yes, that's why this picture is behind me. This has never been done before, right? It's never been done before, and if you ask me, it's a complete and utter disrespect. It's a blatant disrespect. Tiger Bay 31 says love sports. Okay, okay. So now, you the coach usually a team is a reflection of its coach. Meaning, if you have a hard nosed, uh, straight to the point coach that's a defensive mind, a lot of times the defense is good, right? Um, Sometimes Rochelle said, "Me, I'm a serious Bear fan and also a Wolverine." Okay, okay, so a team takes on the identity of its coach in most cases, and it's pretty much the same as if a teacher has a classroom. Her classroom usually takes on, or him. Okay, it could be a boy or girl, takes on the identity of the teacher, right? So if now a lot of times, if a teacher knows how to have a certain way of relaying the message, my sister, she's a Chiefs fan. I heard that. Um, they have a way of relaying the lesson, and students can pick up on it and understand it and comprehend it. And he or she adds a little bit of humor or fun into the curriculum. A lot of the students catch on fast and tend to want to work hard at excelling in that particular class. They look forward to going to that class, right? His or her class. All right, so the country is really no different. Our country is no different. See, when you have commander in chief, our commander in chief of our country, our country should be a reflection of that person, or at least our commander in chief should be the type of coach that wants all his players to succeed, or put them in a position to where all can be successful. That way it makes the team a better team. Correct? Right or wrong? Marie, how you doing, bestie? Right or wrong? So I say that because if this is indeed the case, well, given our pretender in chief being the proverbial or metaphorical coach, and our country being the proverbial or metaphorical team, well, our coach is putting or endorsing people who have a mentality that is detrimental for our country. Now you might be saying, okay, what do I mean? What do I mean by that? Why would I say something like that? All right. There is some text messages that got leaked. And the things that it is saying doesn't fall in line with what I think our country is supposed to be. DJ Zay, how you doing, brother? What's up with you? And I'm gonna tell you, people, it's really disturbing. The text message is really disturbing, and I'm not meaning the ones that got leaked a few days ago, where 3 or 4 people were talking, and that was bad in itself. This is a whole different one. What's up with the background? That is what our pretender in chief is having done to the president's house in D.C. so he can have a ballroom put in. And so even with saying that, we have the house shut down. We have the government shut down, right? We have the government shut down, people. And here we are. We have a pretender in chief. No, Elise Jones, I think that's your name. He thinks he's not. Yeah, he's not trying to do it. But we have a pretender in chief that is spending, mind you, like I said, the government is now shut down, and there's people who's not even getting paid. Our military isn't getting paid. But yet and still, this particular project that our pretender in chief is wanting to, having done to put in a ballroom, is costing an estimated $250 million. And that's just as of this month. $250 million. But yet our government isn't being paid. Yet the government is shut down. And yeah, I know what the government is shut down for. And no, the Dems have nothing to do with it. But I want to go ahead. I want to. Yeah. They said privately funded. Exactly. But you can use those privately funded money, Ant-Man, to actually privately help the citizens of the country or pay our military. not build a ballroom. But let's get, because we was talking about the mentality of the coach and how it proverbial coach and it transfers over to the team, right? Well, when you have coaches who aren't for its players, all players succeeding, you have an issue. And so these text messages are disturbing. They got leaked, but I'm gonna let you all hear it. It is just completely disturbing. And this is just not what the country should be about. And it just goes to show that this is, I hate it when people say that he is not racist, when that is a lie. Or at least he puts people that shares that same mentality into places they don't belong. Right? So listen.
Look, I really can't even believe what we're looking at right now. It's happened again. Another high-ranking Republican official with very close ties to Donald Trump has been caught in yet another text leak scandal. Of course, on this channel, we recently covered the story from Politico of that Republican youth leader group chat from different people around the country working in the Republican Party saying they love Hitler and other really horrifying, disgusting messages. But now, Donald Trump's nominee to lead the office of special counsel has been caught in a group chat saying that he has a Nazi streak and that MLK Jr. holiday, the day that we have in the United States, belongs in hell. These text messages are horrifying, and this headline you're looking at on your screen right now is bad, but I promise you it gets so much worse. So we're going to dive into this story and all the text messages. Before I do so, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. It goes an incredibly long way, especially after I got attacked by Donald Trump and JD Vance over the past week. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And without further ado, let's just dive in and start here. Paul Ingrassia, Donald Trump's nominee to lead the Office of Special Counsel, told a group of fellow Republicans in a text chain that Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday should be, quote,
in the Win with Zyn sweepstakes, you can get a chance.
Hold on, y'all. You know the commercials came up. My sister said we saw the Yahtzee flag on that Zoom meeting clip, and that speaks volumes, right? Like that tells you where this party, the administration, where their mentality is. And honestly, people, they are setting up. They are trying to set us up for a WAR, and this is he is wanting to be a dictator. I'm going to read this behind me in a second after we finish this segment real quick.
The seventh circle of hell. And he also said he has a Nazi streak, according to a text chat viewed by Politico. Ingrassia, who has a Senate confirmation hearing scheduled for this Thursday, made the remarks in a chain with half a dozen Republican operatives and influencers. So they're all working together. That's the thing about the Republican Party. They have the influencers, the lobbyists, the operatives, the nominees, all in one group chat, and they just muse among themselves about how much they hate minorities, people of color, Democrats broadly. It is so disgusting that this keeps happening. Politico interviewed two people in the chat and granted them anonymity after they expressed concerns about personal and professional repercussions. One retained the messages and showed the text chain in its entirety to Politico, which independently verified them. The person said he came forward because he wants, quote, the government to be staffed with experienced people who are taken seriously. The second person has since deleted the chain and didn't recall specifics about it, but did confirm the discussions took place. Whoever the person is that leaked this text message, this first person, is number one, I'm thankful for them, but also number two, the government to be staffed with experienced people who are taken seriously. I hope they didn't vote for Donald Trump, because if they did, well, the person sitting behind the Oval Office doesn't fit any of these descriptions, neither experienced nor taken seriously. But let's just get into some of these text messages now. In May of 2024, the group was bantering about a Trump campaign staffer who'd been hired in Georgia and was working on outreach to minority voters when Ingrassia, the nominee, suggested she didn't show enough deference to the founding fathers being white. According to the chat, quote, Paul belongs in the Hitler Youth with Steve Bannon. the first participant in the chat, wrote. And then Stephen Gracia responded by saying, I do have a Nazi streak in me from time to time.
This is hideous.
I will admit it. What? This is a guy
I saw that,
that
Rochelle.
Donald
I saw
Trump
that on-
has
when I was
apparently
driving back
vetted
home.
and is putting up in this high-ranking position. Look, the Republicans get so mad when Democrats correctly identify Donald Trump as a fascist and people who enable him as fascists. And then they turn around and do stuff like this. I guarantee you, if you look at Paul Ingracia's Twitter page, there's some tweet out there he's put out saying the Democrats are so mean to me, they're so mean to us as a party, they keep using fascist as a word to describe me. Yeah. If you don't want to be called a fascist, then don't say fascist things. It's that simple. It's like,
Facts.
nobody else gets this label unjustly. It's just so crazy. I do have a Nazi streak, he said, according to the chain. One of the people in the text group said in an interview that Ingracia's comments was not taken as a joke, and 3 participants pushed back against him in that exchange. He also praised Nick Fuentes later in the chat. Here's another one. Ingracia made other racist comments, according to the chat, in January of 2024. He wrote of former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, quote, never trust a Chinaman or Indian. Never, he said in all caps. This is so horrifying, so stomach churning, and absolutely indefensible. The ball is in Donald Trump's court. Will he remove the nomination? Will he revoke it? Will he condemn this? If I don't hold your breath. That's the sad reality. If this were anybody in the Democratic Party who is saying this, even about Republicans, we would all correctly condemn them. Racism has no place in the United States. Saying you have the Hitler streak has no place in the United States. And yet, this is a guy who Donald Trump has nominated.
This is crazy.
Keep an eye out on this space. Will Trump revoke the nomination? Again, not holding my breath. A month later, discussing why some Republicans feel that Democrats make black people into victims, the text show Ingracia said black people behave that way because that's their natural state. Oh my God. I am sorry for having to take a moment here. I just think that this is so horrific and unconscionable, really unconscionable, just horrific. Let's continue. As I said, gets worse. And Gracia posted an image of paintings showing several founding fathers, including Washington, Adams, and Hamilton. And he said, we should celebrate white men and Western civilization. And I will never back down from that, he said. The third participant of the group criticized him, calling him a white nationalist, saying that he was coming across with a tinge of racism. The second participant then said he sounded like a scumbag, to which Ingracia allegedly replied, nah, it's fine. Don't be a boomer. I don't mind being a scumbag from time to time. Here are other texts he said regarding MLK Jr. Day and other holidays like Juneteenth. You can read some of these because they actually do include a slur right here. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. It is gross. It's just flat out gross. And soon after the May 2024 text exchange, the group chat disbanded. People were tired of his rhetoric, according to chat participants. One person said, I will not be participating or posting on this thread going forward. There are enemies in this group. Please take my name out of this thread. So they disbanded in part because of Ingracia's racism. And think about that. There are a lot of Republicans in the Republican Party who we know to be racist and discriminatory toward people. So what he was saying was so bad, so especially bad, that even these Republican influencers, these lobbyists, these people in the party were saying, this is too much even for me. Now, as I mentioned, I think this is something we should really keep an eye on. The existence of these messages completely jeopardize his nomination. But will Donald Trump go forward with it, go through with it? Will he continue to support this guy? I think that's something we have to keep in mind. And I also want to point out that he's the same guy who was recently investigated for sexually harassing a lower-ranking colleague in the Department of Homeland Security. They went on a trip to Florida. The lady was going to, as a work trip, the lady in question was going to check in at the hotel, found out she didn't have a hotel, and Gracia canceled her reservation and said that she would be staying with him. Gross stuff. Gross stuff. So look, I got to be honest, folks. I'm tired right now. I've had a long day after Donald Trump and JD Vance attacked me. You can probably tell in this video, I look tired, speaking slowly. I'm just all over the place mentally. But your support, your help for me, has meant the world. And I really mean that. And so look, I'll conclude the video by saying this is disgusting, but what we do here on this channel by calling this out is so important. And clearly it's important enough for Donald Trump and JD Vance to be pissed about it. So look, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. It goes an incredibly, incredibly long way. I appreciate every single one of you. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And as I always say, I truly appreciate you and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.
All right, and I got a warning strike, folks, for the live. I got a warning strike, and I don't care. I don't care because it's sickening. The strike should be on the administration. The strike should be on the people that sit in prominent places or positions that have this mentality, because this mentality isn't good for our country. It's just not. It's just not. And the fact that this platform, I feel like it's condoning it, says a lot. But let's move on. Let's move on. Because this is behind, you know, a lot. You have supporters of his. Yeah, you tell me, how do I get a warning? Because these are things that's actually said. These are actual facts. This was the actual text group that got leaked. And thankfully, one of the people in there that was part of the Republican Party actually decided, you know what, this is too much. This is heinous. I don't want to do it, and decided to keep it and leak it. You know? So, anyways, moving right along. You have some of his supporters that think he was the best candidate for the country. He was a great businessman. If that is indeed the case, let's read what's right here behind me. It says the total U.S. national debt has reached a record high of $37.9 trillion. And for those that's on that side that support him, record high means it's unprecedented, meaning it's not where you would want to be in this context. This is not the type of record that you want to break. But in any event, I digress. The total U.S. national debt has reached a record high of $37.9 trillion. This represents an increase of plus $400 billion this month, or plus $25 billion per day. At the current pace, the total debt could reach a record $40 trillion by 2026. The American debt crisis has reached unprecedented proportions. And you all say that this is a great businessman. He's a great businessman. He knows how to handle business. And let's see if I can get that for y'all. That's who the bottom right corner with the Pinocchio nose. That's exactly what y'all look like. It's a lie. He's not a great businessman. He's not. He's far from it. He's far from it. And so, yeah, Rochelle, you had mentioned earlier, Bessie, that a couple of hours ago, he basically got clearance in order to put National Guard into Portland. Here's what I have to say about that. As our guest was on a couple of days ago from Portland, let us know it's nothing like that up there. It's nothing like they're trying to make it, right? Like his rhetoric is pushing. But what that does is it gives the cheddar color coat leader the mentality that he's untouchable and he can do whatever he wants to do. Aztec Princess, welcome in, love. How you doing? Now he feels like he can do whatever he wants to do. And that's where problems are going to occur, as if they haven't already. Because a lot of things that he should have already been incarcerated for, he didn't see an hour of incarceration. I don't even think the booking and mugshot here in Georgia took that long. I think he was in and out. You know? So the thing about it is, GG19 says a J6er has been arrested for threatening to unalive Hakeem Jeffries. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Let's look that up. I didn't know. Let me see. Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. Let's read this. Let's read this. The New York man Christopher Moynihan, I guess Moynihan, some Moynihan, appears to be the only rioter so far who has been charged again with committing an offense um, against an elected official or offense against an elected official in upstate New York. Man, pardoned by the cheddar colored coat leader after taking part in the attack on the Capitol on J6, was charged last week with new crime, threatening and to unalive Representative Hakeem Jeffries, the House Democrat leader, at an event in NYC. The man, Christopher, whatever, 34, sent text messages to an unknown, once again, text messages. Yeah, once again, text messages, right? Sent text messages. I lost my place on that. Okay, to an unknown associate on Friday, threatening Mr. Jeffries' life, according to a criminal complaint issued by local prosecutors in Dutchess County, NY, or New York. Hakeem Jeffries makes a speech in a few days in NYC. I cannot allow this, the T word, I'm not going to say that, to live. Uh, the complaint quoted Mr. whatever his name was saying, even if I am hated the most, he must be eliminated. Sorry, I can't even say small. He must be eliminated. I will unalive him for the future. Mr. Jeffrey appeared on Monday for an address at the Economic Club of New York in Manhattan, while other pardoned rioters have been rearrested since the president's grant of clemency. Mr. Monahan, I guess is what we're going to call him, I don't know, appears to be the only one so far who has been charged again with committing an offense against an elected official. Regardless, people, these are the type of people that he pardoned or let out. And yet you want us to think that he is all about cleaning up the crimes in our country. However, all we are seeing is him giving people that committed crimes at our capital their liberty and freedom for doing so, because they done it for him or in the name of him. And so when you do things like that, it's hard to say that you are all about immigration policies or anything like that, especially when, hey, him and his family, his parents, they're immigrants. He's been married, his wives are immigrants, right? So it's hard to say that's an issue that he's trying to clean up when he's surrounded by him. And by the way, the ones that's from south of the border, that seems to be what you all focus on, south of the border immigrants, they still work at plenty of his properties. So he can't have too much of a problem with them. Just putting that out there for context. But yet, so it's people like this that he's pardoned. Oh, and by the way, yes, allegedly he's going to pardon Puffy Jacket by the end of the week or next week or something like that. So yet and still, if he's fighting crime or if he's supposed to be cleaning up crime, why is he allowing criminals to get back out and commit more crimes? I'm trying to make this, I'm trying to understand the logic that you all are being played for fools. And you're following his rhetoric. You hang on every word he says. Let me tell you all something. Just because he gets in front of a camera and throws numbers out there and state things that aren't true, you can't just believe he's telling the truth. You can't just buy it. You need to go and do your own research. You need to investigate further into what he's saying. And since you all do follow him and believe, and when I say you all, y'all know the difference between the two. Who is the they? Who are the they that he keeps saying? They say, they said, they. Who are the they? Because we need to find out who they are. Because whoever they are giving him misinformation. And he's coming out and saying it. Or it could be, you know, that time when there was a debate going on, and the former president, his speech was slurred. He was slow. It looked as if he might have been out of it, and come to find out he wasn't really health wise, wasn't doing good. But you all drug him through the mud for that. When are you all going to hold the cheddar color coat leader to the same standards as you held former President Biden? When you was like, he's mentally unstable, he can't hold the position. When do you all recognize that the cheddar color coat leader, he's not medically or health wise able to handle or hold the position? He's not politically competent enough to do so. How does that work? Let me check something out. Okay. Yes. 198 billion in surplus last month. Correct. Reversing the deficit from previous month. This surplus was largely due to seasonal tax payments and one-time savings from federal student loan program reforms, as well as a significant reduction in education overlay. All right. So that's what that says. Now, he's still spending $250 million on a ballroom that's not needed. We have veterans who can't get the proper care that they need. Excuse me, hold on, let me find that. We have veterans who can't get the proper care that they need, and they served and protected our country. So I don't understand what you're saying. It's still, he's not a good businessman. He's still, yeah, that's from Google. Yeah, he's still not a good businessman. This is not needed. And if you listen to the audio we just played, putting people in positions that have that mentality it still isn't good for our country. But now let's carry on, because he's also taken away some the Department of Education things. What was it? SNAP benefits. Isn't that what it's called? SNAP benefits, stuff like that. He's taken that away as well. Well, let me put it to you this way: if the government isn't back in session before November 1st, it would be null and void. We won't have the SNAP benefit or SNAP program anymore, right? They won't allocate any funds to that, right? Yeah, and yeah, that's true. It's not going to the people. So, no, James, the Dems did not shut it down. But that's great that you think that. That's great that you think that. Okay, so James, are you telling me that Chuck, how you say his name? Schumer, how do you pronounce his name? Are you saying he is the most powerful man in the world right now? Or in the country? Is that what you're telling me, James? Let's see. Wow. Obama ain't got nothing to do with what we're doing right now, brother. So your comment is null and void. It has nothing to do with what's going on now. So your comment is irrelevant. James says 10 Democrats are needed to pass the CR. Why would they pass something that's going to hurt the citizens of the country? But you didn't answer my question, James. Let's go back to the question, James. Are you telling me Chuck is the most powerful man in our country? Or is Trump the most powerful man in the country? I'm sorry, the cheddar color coat leader. Let me watch out on saying his name. The cheddar color coat leader. Again, I'll tell you why. Obama has nothing to do with this. This is not where we at right now. Your comment is irrelevant. James, back to you. Are you saying that the cheddar color coat leader is the most powerful man in the country? Or are you telling me that Chuck Schumer, or however you say his name, is the most powerful man in the country? Thank you for the Go Popular as Aztec Princess. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. I'll wait. So look, let's go on to, like I was saying, if they don't come back and we all, those of us who have functionable minds know why the shutdown is the shutdown. And as a matter of fact, why don't we just go ahead and swear in the lady from Arizona, and then everything will be everything, right? Because they can still do that, and they're not. But though we know why they're not. We absolutely positively know why the gov is shut down now. We do know, right? Swear her in during a shutdown. Why do we have a shutdown? Wow. Why do we have a ding, 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 ding? That's why we have a shutdown, sir. That's why we have a shutdown. Don't play us. We know. James says 53, 47, 6. James, last time. Who holds the most power? Trump or Chuck Schumer? It's Dewey. I think a person that's trying to take up for one that's in there multiple times is more like one that fits the bill on that. All right. So James, okay, thank you, James. So let me know that you know. Now, look, let's move on. Because by the government being shut down to protect someone that is from, well, I tell you what, we another thing that lets us know that is because he's lying and saying it's not his signature on the birthday card. That's another thing. Another reason it lets us know that he is because he sent his number 2 man to the prison to talk to the lady that was Jeffrey's right-hand man. Like, all these things happens and lets us know that's who he is, right? So we already know that that's not even something we're arguing, but that's why he's definitely shutting it down. It has nothing to do with the Dems. But here's what's going to happen. Since the government is shut down, if this lasts longer than November 1st, and a lot of citizens don't get their SNAP benefits and things like that, it's going to cause even more trouble, people. Why? How? Those are 2 valid questions that you could ask me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because now think about it. You've taken away people's health care. Now you're taking away the way that they feed their families. You're painting them in a corner to where they have to do whatever they can to survive. And when someone's back is in a corner and they have to do extreme things to survive, it's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. Now, let me give you a little context into why I say that. I'm going to play another audio from a lady, and I think she's in Detroit. I'm not sure. I think she's in Detroit, but I'm not sure. But anyway, it says, she's saying, I'm just going to let you hear what she says. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to let you hear it.
I'm going to tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with cards and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you won't start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card, as soon as that ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the out. And I'm going to have one of my cousins with me that'll punch up so hard, you going to think a Jet 2 holiday hit your if you think I ain't finna walk out that store. And please follow me to that motherfucking car. If you feeling motherfucking foggy, you ain't going to make it back to your motherfucking position at that Walmart store. I'm telling you. You want to take some link? Like, I don't be taking already. Watch this. It's okay.
All right. Now, listen, first and foremost, I want to tell this young lady, whoever she is, if anybody may know her or however, please don't crash. Don't do that. That's exactly feeding right into what they want. Don't do that. Do not go into any stores and steal anything. Do not. I get it. A mama bear not being able to feed her children. Shoot, a daddy bear, it could be, it's very stressful, but we cannot result to that. So I'm not encouraging that. I'm not condoning that. I'm saying, listen at what she's saying. We hadn't even made it to November 1st yet, but look at the mentality already. And that is going to cause an issue, people. It's going to cause an issue. So I know that there's some judges who are filing for the removal, and they were correct. I figured they was. Thank you, Rochelle. There are some judges that is requiring the removal, and not only judges. It's some Republicans that's really wanting to not go down this path again. And I never thought I'd be one to say this, but shout out to Marjorie Taylor Greene as well, But people real spill, man. It's getting wild out here. It's getting crazy. I do believe that this is something that is strategically planned to cause a lot of crime or criminal activity, so that certain types of things can take place, as far as, I guess you know, with the iced tea. And when I say iced tea, I'm not talking about the drink. I'm talking about a group of people who think that they are some kind of enforcement, right? Law enforcement. Love thy neighbor. At the end of the day, just love thy neighbor, man. It's in the word. Love thy neighbor. Don't fall to this right here. Don't fall for this right here. Like I say, if you are one of those that want this country to be all white tea, listen, go down to the airport, catch you a flight, go back to Europe, go to Ireland, do whatever you, leave us alone here. For the people that want to jail together, live together side by side, leave us alone here. Like all this hate and stuff, it's not good. It's not good for the country. I'm telling you, a lot of bad is going to happen. And I don't care how long we've been friends. I don't care how long we've known each other. If you agree with his rhetoric, if you agree with what's going on right now, if you agree with these ladies being pushed down in the street and kids being zip tied or pulled out of their houses or apartments and places at home in the middle of the night, yo, I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing for you. That's not right. That is not right. And there's no smooth talking it. There's no angles you gonna come at bring to me that's gonna make me say, okay, yeah, you right. No, I'm not. Exactly, sis. Everyone is equal and respected to live however they feel. And that's it. You don't need hatred. I'm not sitting, I don't want to hear about no Transformers talking points that they give when the whole majority of the party is breaking down a Grindr app. I'm not trying to hear that no more. Don't say nothing about no Transformers when you are taking down a whole or overloading a whole app that's dedicated to it. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it, period. I'm not falling for it no more. Leave people alone. You're actually messing with citizens, man. They're sitting here working hard and trying to provide. They ain't out doing no crime or anything like that. Leave them alone. People stand by filming with their phones and stuff. What's going on? You get mad at them. You snatch them and throw them down on the ground. I'm not going for it. We're not doing that no more. That's not cool. Let's pray to somebody, be it in the Supreme Court, be it somebody in Congress, a lot of people in Congress, somebody get the testicular fortitude to stand up and stop this and put it to an end, because this is not what this country was supposed to be about. This is not what we stand for, right? Period. Ain't got nothing to do with no businesses. I mean, come on, man. We got another country building, allowing another country to build a base here in the States. What are we doing? What are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing? Let's all stand together. Let's unite. Let's unite. Period. I'm Mr. Breaking News, signing off from the newsroom. Peace and blessings to you all.